welcome to Saturday Night Fever, and this week has been a rather enjoyable one where there were some interesting developments. Like we found out that Abhishek, Bachchan and Uday Chopra are the heroes of Dhoom.
We're not big enough heroes if your villain isn't big enough. You know, if in the villain in Dhoom was somebody that we could just go, then what's the point?
Yeah,
we look weaker. So if you see any comic book, the adversary, the antagonist has to be a very credible threat to good. If the bad is not bad enough, the good will never be good enough. So I think it's very important. I mean, you take any of it. Recently, you take Spider-Man or Batman. The films have also come up. The villains have always been somebody who initially feels unsurmountable. You can't conquer that bad. And then it's the fight of the good to overcome that. So we, as the good, will only look good if the bad is really bad. So I think it's important to have a villain who's worthy.
Now, technically, what Abhishek is saying is correct. Both him and Uday are, in fact, the good guys of Dhoom. They also had their own leading ladies in the first one. But by the time Dhoom 2 hit screens, the best-looking girl went to the best guy. No, sorry, the bad guy. Yes, Dhoom is now a comic book where Abhishek and Uday's characters are in control. And how do we know that they're in control? Because Uday is the head of the comics division and he is also writing it. So he decides who gets the girl, the best dialogues, the best action sequences, even the muscles.
I think Dhoom has gone on to become possibly the most iconic film of our generation, at least. And it's wonderful to immortalize Jay and Ali in comic. Although I have to say, we look much better.
In comic, yeah. Yeah, we can make ourselves look like as fit as we want, so that's an advantage.
Yeah, that is good for me.
Yeah, we don't need to go to the gym in that.
No. Yeah, अच्छी बात है. I think I look better. Maybe we should fashion ourselves for Dhoom 3 like this.
I think so. Yeah, we should tell them.
हाँ, उनको बुला के हम लोग. हाँ.
हमने तो shooting शुरू नहीं की अभी तक.
नहीं, कल करेंगे.
कल कर रहे हैं.
हाँ, तो overnight they can work and make us look like this.
Very good.
बाल भी अच्छे हैं, दाढ़ी वाड़ी अच्छी है.
So Division 91, you're hearing that? Just.
No wonder the bad guy of this first Dhoom comic has nothing to do with any of our Bollywood A-listers or the previous villains of the franchise.
So will we see in the other issues, will we see Amir's character or Ritik's character or John's character maybe that you guys will
We want to do that. We want to do backstories for each character that you've already seen in the movies so far. But primarily I want to introduce new villains and new characters. So I think that's my main thrust. But yeah, there will be those books as well that going forward. We will probably have a graphic novel for Dhoom 3 itself, the actual movie. But that'll be more towards the release of that film.
Also, the brand of comics are called YOMIcs, of which I asked at least 10 people and they all pronounced it Yomics, but Uday chooses to call it...
I'm about to talk about something that is very dear to me, something I'm very passionate about. It's the launch of a comics label from Yash Raj Films called YOMIcs.
Now, why did he do that? We would never know, but we did ask him as to why did he not think about a comic book based on Neil or Nikki?
You know, you had a film called Neil and Nikki. Why didn't you kind of use it as a title for this?
I feel, firstly, because Neil and Nikki didn't do very well. That's one reason. I think to entice people to read comics, I want to use titles that people have liked. So, you know, I'll use Dhoom and I'll use Ekta Tiger for now. Hopefully tomorrow, if that becomes an industry that I'm trying to do, then maybe something like a Neil and Nikki, maybe not exactly, but yeah.
Now, I don't know whether you can see him, but I'm sure you can hear him. Abhishek Bachchan is the loudest of all the people laughing.
I feel, firstly, because Neil and Nikki didn't do very well. That's one reason.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.